All right. Good afternoon, everyone. And thank you for joining the BeGreen program training information session. You're all welcome from Kenya. It's nice to meet everyone here. So we don't waste a lot of time. I will just hand over to Joshua Okore, who is the Director of Operations at the Tony Elumelu Foundation, to give us the welcome address, and then we'll introduce everyone on this call. Over to you, Joshua. Thank you. And welcome again, everyone, for joining. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ikuku. Good afternoon, young, enterprising Africans. It's with great honor that I welcome every one of you to this information session, the first of several we will have to ensure that the process is seamless and that the new set of Africans committed to changing the narrative in the continent, especially in Kenya, emerge. So it gives me great joy that we are co-implementing this program with Care Foundation, UNICEF, Generation Unlimited, and UNICEF Kenya Country Office. It is a novel program that is in line with what is important, preserving the environment. So it's also impressive that you guys are part of this story that we are telling in Africa. So I welcome you to this information session. A lot of your questions will be answered. It is captioned BeGreen Africa. Therefore, see yourselves as the change agents that will headline the new movement in Africa, beginning from Kenya. So there are a lot of experiences you'll be having, or the experiences you've had thus far, would like to hear. You will also be the agent who will use to showcase this program in the rest of Africa. So take seriously this information session. Whatever you consider as being, confusing, every single one on this call, from UNICEF, from Tony Elumelu Foundation, from Kenya Country Office of UNICEF, will respond to your questions. So relax, feel free, and ask all the questions. The team joining me on this call and this session, you already heard Ibuku speak to you as we started the session. You will hear from Sandra Simbiri. Sandra Simbiri is based in Kenya and works with UNICEF. She's also part of the JNU as a program specialist. Another person you hear from this call is Brian. Brian is also in Kenya, and he will be speaking to you on areas that if you have questions, he will respond to that. And another person that will be coming on at some point in this session is Manuela. Manuela will be joining us from New York. She's in the Generation Unlimited Office of UNICEF. So she will also provide perspective, on this program. So in a nutshell, what we are doing in partnership with you is to launch a new set of environmentally focused and committed young Africans who pay more attention to the environment and ensure that there is awareness towards environmental protection climate adaptation and migration. So the businesses will be funded, as you're aware, in this program, specifically in waste management. So I welcome every one of you to this information session. Fortunately, we were able to pull this off at a short notice, but trust me, it will be informative, it will be educative, and it will be inspiring. Once again, I welcome you to this information session. I'll hand over to Sandra Simbiri to take it off from here. Thank you.
All right. Sandra, over to you.
Thank you, Joshua, for that introduction. Thank you, Ibukun. Extend a warm welcome to all the cohort. I would call them the 2023 cohort of BeGreen entrepreneurs. Congratulations. This is exciting. This is the first cohort we have on the program. As Joshua has mentioned, my name is Sandra Simbiri. I am with the UNICEF Kenya Country Office, and really excited to be supporting the young people in Kenya on this program. I think I'll say a little bit more after the round of introductions. And so I'll hand over to probably Manuela for introduction. Over.
Thank you so much, Sandra. And yeah, warm welcome from my end. It's morning here in New York City. Super excited to be here with all of you young entrepreneurs in Kenya. And yeah, we just look forward to an amazing program with all of you. And really our vision is to really, support all of you in this transformation of Africa's economic development through, young entrepreneurs like yourselves who really build sustainable green enterprises in the waste management sector. So yeah, really so super excited about this session and about the program overall. And with that, handing over back to Ibukun.
Okay. Thank you very much, Manuela. So my name is Ibukun Odurinde. I'm the Entrepreneurship Program Manager at the Tony Elumelu Foundation, and it's super exciting to be here today, speaking to youths in Kenya. And I'll just, implore you to, pay attention to this session, take, all the information in so you understand what this program is about, what the expectations are, and what the requirements are. So not to waste so much time, I'll hand over to Adora to introduce herself. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. My name is Adora. I'm the Entrepreneurship Programs Executive. I work with the foundation, and I'm so excited to be here with everyone and share updates on the program as well. Thank you so much.
Okay, so I think now we'll hand over to Sandra to take us through an overview about the program. Over to you, Sandra. Thank you.
Sure. Thank you, Ibukun. So I know several of you are registered through different partners, but it would be good to get us all on the same page, have background on the program and who the partners are, not only the program in Kenya, but as well as Nigeria, South Africa, and Senegal. So as Ibukun has mentioned, BeGreen Africa is a partnership between the Tony Elumelu Foundation, UNICEF, Generation Unlimited, as well as the IKEA Foundation. These three partners came together, bringing in young people, because at Generation Unlimited, we believe that you cannot program for young people without young people in the programming. So the three partners and young people came together to develop the BeGreen Africa program. BeGreen Africa seeks to not only transform youth-led sustainable green businesses, but with a particular focus on the waste management and the green sector. We believe that young people have the ability and the unique skills and untapped potential to transform Africa in sustainable growth. We've seen this with several of the programs we run, the Imagine Ventures. We've seen some of the teams that we've supported that have come up with great ideas. So under the BeGreen, we're looking at two parts in the training. The first part that many of you are currently undergoing is the 8 weeks business training. And this comes to an end in January 21st. It's a 12-week session. So the first part is the 8 weeks business training, after which we will have 4 weeks, which will be focused on the green and the waste management sector. A reminder is, as you go through the 8-week session, ensure that you complete all the different modules, as well as the post-test and the pre-test in each module. So on completion of the 8 and the 4 weeks, we will then go through a selection of the different teams that are going to, in the case of Kenya, there will be 120 business ventures that will be selected to receive not only mentorship, but as well as access to networks and seed funding of $5,000. In Nigeria, South Africa, and Senegal, who may be on this call, there will be 205 ventures in the green economy also receiving 5,000 in seed funding. So really, we're encouraging young green entrepreneurs to build their businesses as they're going through this, prepare themselves, ask the questions, not only during this information session, but on the email contact given to you. And even as Ibukun shares more information about the different stages, do not hesitate to reach out. So I will hand over to Ibukun again. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, Sandra. Thank you. So we'll move to the next slide. Pretty much talking about, the TEFxUNICEF BeGreen program. So you understand the different stages. So the first stage is the training and business plan development. You're currently taking the business management training, and then move to the core green training. So again, just expanding on the different sectors and subsectors of green economy that you're planning to delve into or launch your business in. And then the next phase is business plan submission and review. Again, you have developed your business plan. It's now time for you to submit that business plan for review. And after that, we move to the pitching competition phase. So this pretty much means there's going to be a physical pitching competition in Kenya, where you now be able to or be given an opportunity to defend your business plan in the presence of prospective or investor-ready judges. So again, the learnings from the training, the learnings from the green training, you incorporate that into a cohesive document and then come up with your business plan. And then the next phase is the business plan or the business registration phase, where you now register your business, you open a business account. Again, you have to be investor ready, because if you're going to receive funding to launch and run a successful business, then you need to have registered your business and then open an account that allows you to receive the seed funding. And then the next stage is the selection process. Again, entrepreneurs that have successfully completed the program, that have passed through the different criteria across the different stages of the program and are now eligible, will now be selected, and they will receive seed capital or seed funding of $5,000. Once you're done with that, then you're going to be issued a certificate of completion and be assigned a mentor. We realize that mentorship is very critical and important, because again, you need the support, the guidance to go through that stage of launching a business and sustaining that business. So these are the 8 phases of the program. So you have an overview, you have an understanding of what the expectations are and what you're required to do. Again, just briefly, we're going to run through what the shortlist criteria are. Again, we're looking at top performance. We're ensuring that there's gender balance and there's county spread. Again, there's several counties in Kenya, and we want to ensure that we're selecting across the different counties. Also, we will require you to submit some very important documents to allow you to receive seed funding. So it's important that when we send out emails for you to receive these documents, you ensure that those documents are ready for submission. And then timestamp. Again, sometimes there's a tie between two females from the same county, or or two male from the same, or two male from the same county. It's important that we need to break that tie, which is why we place emphasis on the importance to complete your training on time, submit the documents that have been requested on time, so that in a case where there's a tie, we know how to break the tie and we can pick whoever submitted first. So these are just the shortlist criteria across different phases of the program, and we're going to be using them. So now we move to the training. It's like Sandra mentioned, it's 8 weeks. It's self-paced, it's on the platform. So pretty much it's very important that you go on that platform, start your training, take your assessments, and ensure you submit and complete it. Again, the deadline is 21st January 2024. So if you're yet to complete your training, please ensure to do so immediately. Also, we're going to have a green training. So based off of those who have successfully completed the training, we would allow them to move to the green curriculum training offering. So they're going to take a 4 weeks training that delves into green economy, waste management, and circular economy. So please ensure to complete your training so you take advantage of this amazing opportunity to take the 4-week training specialized for green businesses. Next slide. So what are the key activities? Sorry. Hi, Brian. Please. Okay. All right. So what are the key activities to be carried out during the training? Read each course module, your case studies. Again, there are links attached to each module. Please read them. They're very important. And ensure to complete each module assessment test. Also, we encourage you to read, do a lot of research about the business you're planning to launch, and implement. So it's very important that you engage people, you speak to mentors, people that you know are running successful businesses, ask questions, research, read a lot more. It's very important. And then the third is be investor ready. It's very important that when you have plans to launch and run a successful business, you have to be investor ready. You need to ensure that you register your businesses, you have all the relevant documents that would allow you receive seed funding to be able to launch that business, grow that business, and sustain that business. Next slide. Also, we talked about the business plan. So this pretty much is, developing a cohesive business plan. And in order to help you develop that business plan properly, we will be having some master classes on specialized topics like how to develop a compelling business plan, importance of financial reporting and record keeping, and then learning the craft of elevator pitch. And I would implore everyone to please, when you get emails to join these sessions, ensure to join them. They're very important. You will learn a lot, and they're business experts taking these sessions. So they will give you a lot of examples. They will share templates with you so that when you start the process of developing your business plan, you've gained a lot of knowledge and you're able to write a compelling business plan. Then pitching competition, as I mentioned earlier, you're going to now pitch your idea in the presence of judges. So again, everything you have researched on in terms of you identifying the problem, the solution you're providing, your unique target audience, your team, you're going to share that in the presence of judges and tell them how you want to launch and implement your business idea. So this is pretty much what the business or pitching competition phase entails. And then we move to the physical and due diligence verification. Again, this is a very critical stage of the program where we're going to now physically verify all the participants that have been eligible, that all are eligible for the pitching competition. We're going to go meet with you. We're going to check your documents to be sure that they're correct. You've given us accurate documents. Again, this phase is also very important, and these are just the documents that are going to be required, just so you have an idea. So, valid government approved ID card, your registration certificate, your partner's consent. If you have a partner launching that business with you, it's always important to get a consent, and then your tax registration certificate. Again, all of these documents are important if you've registered your business or you're in the process of registering your business. Then most importantly, your business and bank details. Again, you have to open an account in the same name your business has been registered in. So these are some of the documents that are going to be required. If you're eventually selected to receive the seed capital of $5,000, the documents required are a government approved ID card, registration certificate, notarized document, tax registration certificate, bank reference letter, so a letter from your bank indicating that you're a customer, you have followed the due process and opened a business account, the fund use and milestone assessment tool, and of course, the partner's consent. So these are documents that will be required at the different phase of the program. Next slide. Seed capital, again, pretty much very simple. Those who have been successful will receive the seed funding of $5,000. And then you get a certificate showing that you have gone through all the phases of the program, you have been successful, you have received funding, and there's a certificate to indicate that you've gone through our program and done very well. So that's pretty much all the different stages of our program, of the BeGreen program. And these are things that you would pretty much experience if you're successful and shortlisted to the next phase of the program. So these are just simple guidelines on how to engage and interact. Again, as we go along, I'm sure you interact with other people, other people on the program. It's always good to support one another, advise one another, counsel and guide one another, learn from one another, challenge each other to be resilient. If you know someone that is yet to complete their training and you have done so, encourage them to please complete their training. If they're struggling or they need support, please provide support to them. Motivate and encourage one another. Very important. And we really push for this amongst participants on the program. Next slide. Okay, so that's an overview of our program. So we will take questions. So Sandra is here, Manuela is here. We're happy to take all your questions. However, yesterday we pushed out a survey just to get a lot of questions from you. So we're happy to address those questions. So I would hand over to Adora, who is the Entrepreneurship Programs Executive, the foundation. She will run us through the questions that you have asked and provide answers. And then we would also take questions in the chat. So if you have any question, if you need clarity on anything, if you want more information on anything we have shared or discussed here, we'll be happy to take those questions. And Sandra will also, run through everything she has discussed about the program just to shed more light and refresh our memories. So I'll just hand over to Adora to take the Q&A, and then we'll move to Sandra to just give us a summary of the program. Thank you. Over to you, Adora.
Hello. Okay, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Adora again. So I'll be taking some of the questions that we created from the form we sent out yesterday ahead of the session. So the first question that we had was, or I created was, do I have to take all the training assessments? And the second was, when is the deadline to complete the training? So like Ibukun has mentioned, everyone is expected. We expect all participants to complete the training on or before the 21st of January 2024, and it is mandatory that you complete the training in order to be eligible to move to the next phase of the program. Then the third question was, how do I access the training content? So if you check through the emails that we have sent over time or during the period from the 23rd of November, you log on to TEFxUNICEF.net, www.TEFxUNICEF.net. And if you are shortlisted to move to this phase of the program, you should be able to see the 2023 TEFxUNICEF BeGreen training program. But if you are not shortlisted, you most likely see the general training, right? So if you have been shortlisted to move to this phase of the program, to partake in this training program, you would see the TEFxUNICEF BeGreen training program. So the next question is, I have completed my course, the training course and quiz. When can I expect the seed capital? Okay, So when can I expect the seed capital? So there are different phases in this program. There are different phases as iterated or as explained by Ibuku in this program. So after the training isn't just the seed capital, there are other phases and there are criteria across these phases for you to be shortlisted or eligible to receive the seed capital. And by the way, the seed capital is $5,000. I think I saw some questions 2 minutes to the start of the session asking how much is the capital disbursement. Then the other question we got was, how will I write my business plan? So we'll also share a template with you to guide you on how to write the business plan. Also, if you go through the training as well, there's a slide or there's a module that speaks to creating a business plan or developing a business plan. So if you put all of those learnings into practice, you'll be able to actually develop a very good and cohesive business plan on your own. The next question is, my business is still in the idea stage. Do I stand a chance to be awarded with the seed capital? Yes. So all businesses in the green space most likely will have the opportunity or stand the chance to be awarded with the seed capital. That is after they must have gone through each phases and all phases of the program, after they must have completed the program successfully, as explained again by Ibuku. Then the next question is it okay to transition to waste management at this phase of the program? So I'll give I'll give the mic to Sandra to speak to this question. I think she will prefer more answers or satisfactory answer to entrepreneurs or participants asking this. Thank you. Sandra, over to you.
Thank you. Ibukun, can I kindly request to pull down the PowerPoint because I'm looking on my phone and it's quite small. So the first question maybe to emphasize is that the training is 2 stages. The first stage is the business training that concludes on the January 21st. The second stage is 4 weeks, which will be training again online that will focus on the green with an emphasis on the waste management sector. On completion of this, as Ibukun highlighted, there will be the option to pitch your idea. So at the end of the pitching, the winning ventures in the live pitch are those that will be awarded the seed funding. So it's a sequential process. You must finish part A, the one that ends in January. You finish the second part B, the 4 weeks on the green waste sector, pitch your idea, get selected with the mentorship and the seed funding. The question regarding, are you able to pivot to a waste business? And the answer to that is yes, given that you will go through the various information and training sessions that will enable you to do so. I believe I have answered that adequately. Over to you, Bikun.
Thank you so much, Sandra, for that very satisfactory answer. Okay, so the last question is, how do I contact the BeGreen team after the session? So we have provided an email address you can write to. So feel free to write to us, inquiries@tonyelumelu-foundation.org. I'll move to the next slide for you to see how it's spelled. So you can contact us, write to us via inquiries@tonyelumelu-foundation.org. So if you have questions as well that we have not been able to address at this session, but during this session, you can send us an email. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you very much, Adora. So we have one of our directors on here, Iruka. Iruka, please, can you introduce yourself? She wasn't introduced when we were going through the introduction. So over to you, Iruka. Please introduce yourself. Thank you.
Hello. I didn't I was going to be introduced, but that's fine. Hello, everybody. Nice to meet you all. Very excited for you that you are part of this incredible program. Like has been said here over and over again, please do make the best of this. Did I say my name? My name is Iruka. I'm Director of Partnerships here at the Foundation, and we look forward to engaging with you guys throughout this program. That's all.
Thank you, Iruka. Thank you very much. So I would hand over to Sandra just to run us through, everything we have discussed, overview, just so again we can refresh the memories of this young youths that are on here on the call. Over to you, Sandra. Thank you.
Thank you, and thank you again to all those who have stayed on to the call. We hope we have responded to the questions, those that are from Kenya. We know that I've seen from the chat that we have some from Nigeria who've also logged on, some from Senegal, and some from South Africa. So we say welcome to everybody. As we say in Kenya, Karibu. We highlighted, just for a brief, quick recap, the program is a partnership between Tonya Lemulu, UNICEF Generation Unlimited, as well as IKEA Foundation. It's two parts. The first part being what all of you are currently enrolled in, which is the business training. The second half is going to be on completion of the first from after January 21st. We will focus on green waste management. On successful completion of both of these, there will be the opportunity to pitch, and as Ibukun highlighted, take copious notes during the first and the second half, how to do a business plan, how to market, how to pitch, all the different sectors, and then as well as preparing that pitching deck. But there will be a physical pitching session in the case for Kenya. The other countries, Senegal, Nigeria, and South Africa, will be a virtual. But then again, more information will be provided on those. I think what is also important is to take note of the email contact, and I would ask my colleagues if we can copy it into the chat so that there's also a record of that so they can reach out, because we want really to encourage all of you to finish everything, the first phase, by January 21st. Again, really look to your peers to support if you can. Like I remember, form study groups, exchange ideas, encourage each other to really meet that successful completion. Finally, I know for those in Kenya, we have the UniTalk page where you can also reach out and post your questions there, and we can redirect them to the group at TEF. As well as I know we've also conducted a few polls, and thank you to all of those who've responded, highlighting areas in which you can be supported in, as well as the different preferences. So again, we're excited. We are really looking to this cohort to be transformational in the work that we are doing, and finally, to really support where we can. So I'll hand over to Ibukun. Over to you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Sandra. Thank you so much for a very concise and straight to the point overview about the program. So we have some additional questions coming in the chat. So we've been getting questions on how do I join the WhatsApp group? There is no WhatsApp group now, but again, I think it's very important and critical to create a WhatsApp group where you can engage with yourselves, interact, collaborate together. So what we need to do is we would send you a link to join the WhatsApp group, and that will be done through UniTalk. So not to worry, we would send that email out tomorrow, and so you can start engaging with one another. It's also good for you guys to, interact, very important on the program. So other questions are, when can I submit my business plan? Again, we want to give you time to, take your training, complete your assessment. We will send the template on Friday. So the template to the business plan will be shared with everyone on Friday so that you can start looking at it, curating, researching, discussing with mentors, people have businesses, existing businesses, have gone through the challenges of running a business. You can start, discussing with them. Most importantly, research. I can't overemphasize this. It's very important to research about the business or the sector you're going into, be knowledgeable about it, analyze your SWOT analysis. What are the threats? What are the opportunities of this business? What are the strengths? What are the weaknesses? And that would help you curate a cohesive, a compelling business plan. So once we share the template with you, in the coming weeks, we'll let you know when to submit, but not now. But we can assure you that you will get the template to the business plan and financials on Friday. So there are other questions here. So it's just the WhatsApp group. So there's someone saying, I'm stuck at 92%. What might be the problem? There are two things. It's maybe you've missed out on one of the modules. Again, if you're still experiencing this issue, please send an email to inquiries@tonyelumufoundation.org. We're happy and always here to, support you and help you resolve your issues. So, how can you send a link with the notes on the whole process? So what we can do is we will just make sure that the FAQ is more robust, and then we will share the frequently asked questions. So any possible questions you might be thinking or you need to know about the program, that will be curated and shared with you. So if you need to refer to that document in future, you can do that. So I think those are, how long would the program last? Again, you're currently taking the 8 weeks training, which is going to end on the 21st. As we move to the different phase of the program, we will be sharing the timelines and more information with you. So not to worry, we're here to provide the support you need and to provide more information about the program. And we will do so as we go along with the program. All right, so I would hand over to Brian and Manuela to please give us our closing remark. Again, we don't want to leave you on here for too long because, we're live streaming the session. So Brian and Manuela will give us closing remarks, just a few words from them and closing remarks, and then we would end the session. It was exciting being here with you, engaging with you, and thank you for joining the session. We really, really appreciate it. So over to Brian. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for organizing this. To the young people being able to join, let me speak in Swahili so that I reach my Kenyan young people. Wadau ni si kujituma. Hizi opportunity ni zetu. So we try to ile best tunaweza achieve. Tutatuma link ya WhatsApp group kwa 20204. Tuta communicate na usikwame alone. Try kujituma, try kuweka effort. Just try at least manze ifike point yenye ni wewe mwenyewe umejitoa kwa hesabu bana. But nashukuru sana. Thanks sana for nyinyi kujoin hii meeting. To everyone, thank you so much for organizing this. I think this comes in handy simply because some young people have been wanting just to trust the credibility of the courses, get to have like an interaction with the person behind that email that they get to receive every single day. So thank you so much for this. I hope the young people have been able to get some answers to some of their questions and they are willing to now, and they are motivated to move to the next step. So to the TEF team, thank you. To UNICEF guys, thank you. Na watu wangu wa mtaa, ni si kujituma sasa. Thank you so much and back to you, Manuela.
Thank you so much, Brian. Fantastic. Thanks so much to all the young people in Kenya, but also the other countries we saw. We also have young people from Senegal, from Nigeria, South Africa, probably. I just wanted to quickly say we will have another session, another information session tomorrow, same time, particularly also for young people based in these other countries. Just again to mention that the BeGreen program is rolled out in Kenya, South Africa, Senegal, and Nigeria. And young people will be seated in all those 4 countries. And just to reiterate, in Kenya, we have the waste management, circular economy focus, but then in the other countries, it's really green overall, no matter which green sector. If you want to learn more about the other countries, please join us in the information session that is being held tomorrow. And overall, thank you so much for joining. Thanks to the colleagues from the Tony Elumelu Foundation, from UNICEF colleagues in Kenya, and also my colleagues at Generation Unlimited based here. Tomorrow, we will also have their colleagues from South Africa, Senegal join. And I would also like to mention that there will be additional sessions in January. So please also reach out to us in the meantime. You have the email address. Please reach out if there's anything we can do to support you. And also know that there will be another session, another training session, information session in January. So thanks a lot. And with that, I think we are closing the session. Back to you, Bukun, for anything that we might have missed.
Yeah, thank you so much, Manuela. Thank you, Brian. Thank you, Sandra. Thank you so much. We really appreciate you. And thank you everyone for joining, everyone from Kenya for joining the session. We really appreciate it. So we're going to be ending the session like Manuela mentioned. We're going to have another session tomorrow for participants from Nigeria, Senegal, and South Africa. Please ensure to join. And we're happy to receive everyone from Kenya. If you want to join the session again, please join. And we will see you tomorrow. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And please complete your training, complete your assessments, and so you can be part of the participants eligible to move to the next phase of the program. Thank you and have an amazing day. Bye, guys. Bye, everyone.
Thank you.